Locking in the ZSM, we hadn't brought it up yet because we didn't know if he was disabled or not based on when this patch came out. But new Darkin in the top lane. He might look a bit similar to Xin Zhao. Don't worry about that. I swear there's nothing going untoward in the background. They are a streamer team, but let's see if Fofo is able to survive this gank as Hong is taking a really nice angle. Definitely going to lose the flash or die here.
Flashes in, doesn't quite find the route there. Dodges though, Hong. Managed to flash over the shove, and that's first blood. Jace jungle, baby. It's off on the rift.
Yeah, really nice combo to keep that range going on. Let the rise. It is double flashes burnt for LGD, so a potential gank angle from Ning as we do see Hong collected as the stream catches up to us.
Nothing too untoward going about, as it is going to be those grubs started by LGD, and as you alluded to here, Melvin, a little bit of a trade as Ning actually smites early, does have a second smite ready to go.
Ooh, okay, we're trying to do the wall-to-wall steal the dragon, but I think Ning is going to be done before they get in range. Let's keep a look at that health bar. It's going to be very close.
Hong's got flash here, might want it to get in, but doesn't make it in time, so focusing their attention toward that top side. Profane Hydra already finished for Ning here. It's completely foregone any form of shoes, and is making sure that he's nice and strong and able to take down these grubs for the time being. Southwind, though, an initial engage, catches YCX, who's, again, jumped down to half HP, but should be able to just walk this one out. No, never mind. Flashes in, double flash back, and we're all good. Maybe Hong can come and contribute to this dive on the back side of it. No revive yet for Arla, but he'll be looking to stack that up nice and quickly. Shock Blast lands, and Arla, with a Grim Deliverance, might just be able to do enough. Not quite right. And that's Hong taking second blood in the top side.
Ignored. That is folly, but you can definitely avoid him for the most of a team fight.
Ooh, Fofo's aggravated the wrong people. Wow. Double flash in from Hong and Tong Yuen, and they take him down.
It looked cool. It looked cool. We can't deny that. And that was it. That was it. It was no. So the actual intent there was, by the looks of it, to get a bullet time down. But as soon as Sasa shows, Miss Fortune cannot press that button, or she is getting the boulder on top of them like it's WWE. So
all the vision, and you can actually see that Hong here getting a lot of value out of this Umbral Glaive, and that Rift Herald that you talked about going to ZSM here, Melvin, is currently being taken by LGD, and it looks for all the world as though with Arla recalling, with Southwind recalling, maybe they could spellbook over and both TP in, but Fofo pushing down on that bot side, this is just a done deal.
Seems like it, and also with that top lane priority, with everybody recalling from ZSM, I think they've just gone and thrown to get it for free, and LGD, in a surprise turnaround, managed to pull out the feats of warfare. Really impressive stuff from them, managing to trade a lot of health bars from both supports. I thought Sion ran the World Championship. I bring him up because if you got the feats of warfare and secured the armor shoes,
I may have to hold that, unfortunately, as Southwind has been caught. He stepped a little bit too close to the Sunfire more than the Sun, and Sasa made him pay.
I really thought with the amount of dashes had that was just going to be a disengage angle, as we do see LWX throwing the bullet time to clear the wave. Should be able to knock this tower down. Big fight starting.
They tried to take it though, and YCX actually caught out. Grim Deliverance finds a little bit of health, and Nala just barely able to limp out to safety. Shock Blast, very, very close. And I think that LGD, they take their time, and they should be able to find the dragon anyway.
And
the turret as well.
Well, they get zoned off, and it will secure that vision prio around the dragon. Support being the first and only kill.
Posturing around this dragon. This is where Hong's poke is going to need to go. Southwind, though, he's gone for Sasa. Not the target that we'd look for. There's that hook, and a little flick back. Sasa's half HP. He's actually going down quite quickly. 3-man knock-up, flash out to nowhere. Followed up by a Chain of Corruption, which catches LWX. He's now 1 HP, and Arla actually dives back in. Double heal going to come through from that ulti, but not enough to keep him alive. And Fofo not yet able to contribute to this fight. Ning goes in, gets exhausted, and it's now YCX just chain CCing him. Catches him with the E, knocks him up, puts him over the wall, and Xiaoya takes him down with the arrow.
And it's the arrival of that Alistair at the very end. If Ning is not caught out and marked, he will clean up that fight. So excellent timing to just be able to deny the real momentum. But if you can't contest it, which it looks like ZSM is completely ceding the objective, this Malphite is going to be so far accelerated, everybody is going to be up in XP. And the problem is with lethality champions, if your entire purpose is to burst individual targets, he just doesn't have the stats. It's Malphite. He's got the red bar. That means Arla has an insane amount of stats. It triples the gain of adaptive force from his passive.
Oh, hold on.
But he just gets entirely stacked.
Spotted, caught by a supreme display of talent. Follow-up CC attempting to be there.
flash.
Fofo shoves him over the wall. The rest of the team actually doing quite well here. Xiaoya's still alive, still thriving here. And a unstoppable force does take down Ning. Now Fofo, the focus on the backside of this fight. Tongyuan trying to do as much damage as possible. Another exhaust comes out to try and keep Southwind safe, but LWX does find one. He's going to get taken down by the Malphite with absolutely no consequences whatsoever. Sasa managing to raid boss in the front line. Tongyuan comes in to help on out, and now Arla trying to do what he can, has got that revive. Grim Deliverance flashed away from, and Tongyuan stays alive. Now can they actually take down this Zahen as he regenerates up to 1500 HP, flashes into Narnia, and it's actually LGD walking away just about with enough lives left.
From Danyuan gets out barely, and then everybody goes, actually, I don't think we need to fight the second phase, picking up the dragon while we're in the replay. The wall, but you can see the poke from this Varus Jace is just too much, and with the Alistar sat right there, how can you engage on this? It is just the solo laners duoing the Baron Ning, trying to get an angle, but he cannot approach. There is nobody that feels confident to walk in. Ala going in, but the Baron is down. Dead.
Not quite stolen. It's Southwind, went in there with the spellbook, doesn't get it. Now YCX with that unstoppable on forces. Barely going down as Sasa knocks one up. The revive comes back through, and maybe ZSM might look to rally around this as Arla flashes out to safety. And it's actually a 1-for-0 so far as LGD now storming forward. Flash in, Southwind double knock up to disengage, but Ning falls first. LWX follows second, and the cheese rolls are coming hard and fast from Sasa, but they can't quite chase down another one. Southwind able to roll over the wall. That's LGD taking Baron, taking two, and maybe Fofo to go along with it. Not much mana as he flashes away from the poke.
Danger, danger. Malphite has TP. You can't go in anymore. And we see Xiaoya forcing out the Zhonyas from Fofo. Will they go for the pickup, leaving him to slink away? But it's two mid lane towers, the product, and going to get this inhibitor now. Easy time for these two to rotate the bot or take the base.
With access to that rank 3 ultimate. Dragon spawns in 5 seconds time, and the soul feels like a formality. Now Sasa, the focus of Ala and Fofo down on the bot side, but he gets 700 gold for the turret falling. He's got another 3 members collapsing on him, and he just pops his ulti, walks out to safety, and now that dragon...
do something, but you can see it's just kind of slapdash from ZSM. They can't get in, they don't have a jungler, they're getting chipped down. Nice
chain of corruption.
LWX does trade ADC health.
And I think that's about it. The dragon's already fallen. Now Sasa here, teleported back in.
If this level 14 Kiana kills the Varus right now, but we're going to get to find out the hard way.
Well, he blast cones in one way. There's the spell shield broken, and that's about it. Now there's a Rise coming in. Tangyuan decides he wants to take down Ning. He's going to be able to get supremely displayed into the wall, but you can see the burst damage is absolutely insane as Stasis keeps Tangyuan alive, but the shove's going to knock him over some pebbles, and he will just fall. He turns so much damage back around, though.
Xiaoya!
Flashes over, double piercing arrow, and it is just curtains here for ZSM in game 1. Yes, Arla will go into the revive, but there are 3-4 members of LGD waiting with open arms to take down this Zahen. Minions in the base, LGD charging, that's game 1.
They had the game in the pocket, and Xiaoya says, I'm going to take this one away for the highlight. What an incredibly aggressive angle to clean up that fight and round out our first game of the Demacia Cup in, I would say, pretty dramatic fashion. Were we expecting this result? It's up in the air. Were we expecting this fashion? Absolutely not.
Now I will say I'm twofold excited for this. First of all, it has to be IG Camille skin for Arla. We'll see how this goes. And I mean, now Ning's homeless. I mean, if I'm this bot side right now, I cannot be trading whatsoever because I know the Xin Zhao is going to be looking to make something happen.
Yeah, this is a bit of a disconnect from the LGD comms here of you have to know that this is the only thing Ning can do is dive you bot lane. As heavy trading... Still only level 2, should tag it 3.
And now it's on Ning. Can he make this dive happen? Xiaoya able to thin out the wave enough? But again, what is Ning going to do for this time? Their only option is to try and dive this, so Xiaoya going to have to give his best to clear this wave.
He's just lurking there menacingly.
But look, Xiaoya's doing all the work. LWX is 1 HP. YCX goes down. And actually, they make it work. Ning goes down. He doesn't actually die. And that TP is far too late. Now it's whether Tang Yuan and Sasa can clean up. Ning is surely going to fall here. There's a TP in, which means that you would like to give this over to the Udyr. It's an execute onto LWX as well.
Oh, barely. I'm pretty sure that was just on the cusp of the 15-second execute timer. But Sasa gets away. Once again, showing proficiency on this weak side, on the Udyr. Really showing up to be a big force as YCX just going to do a bit of support or combat, trying to stop Southwind from freezing this wave as it will crash. Still going to get all the farm over to LWX off the back of the support item, but it does mean that now, regardless of who you're sending top lane, they are not going to be trapped facing the enemy tower as a... Please don't be a DC. Okay, you know, this is what happens. The notifications pop up about 3 minutes after the pause ends. So hopefully these are just the remnants of the last pause. While Ning is... I thought that this was going to be a one-game rivalry between Ning and YCX, but it's evidently 2.
And you can see this. This is quite clearly when there were a lot of internet issues, and the rest of LGD are just walking back to Fountain. And the way game 1 went, I don't think ZSM are feeling too kindly toward letting them off.
She can invade you relatively risk-free, because she could just send a plant in like this, leash the camp from so far away, and then does not need to commit forward. With it looks like it's just going to be an objective trade, as Hung is going to 3-quadrant Ning away. However, it should be 3 grubbies over to the Camille Azir team. So I think ZSM isn't going to be too upset with this. Ning will be, but then it comes down to that world champion to play from the behind the gold deficit and see how he can still stay useful.
Yeah, ultimately he is the person who's going to have to deal with the fact that his team are going to be the carries this game. And that's kind of what we would hope to see him. It is very clear, folks, and I will just point this out, that LGD are very clearly still undergoing network problems and just battling through it, it looks like, which kudos to them for that. But currently Xiaoya is walking back to base with full HP and no real reason to do so, as now Hong caught out in his jungle, also very clearly without the ability to interact with his model, and he will fall.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure that one was just because of the Leona. I don't think that one was a DC. That's just a Leona CC chain.
Okay, maybe. In the hopes that they will still win the game, and they can say that they won with DC problems and internet issues the whole time, which entirely possible. I don't think that this game is by any means out of their control, but again, to reiterate what we were expecting for this game in particular, the longer this game goes, typically the better we favour ZSM, I would tend toward, with with Camille, Kai'Sa and Azir all on the roster. The expectation 100%. Is that this will do very well later on.
The scaling from LGD is nothing to really underestimate, but it is, I would say, a lot harder to execute overall. The Yone has a lot more potential to get completely blown up by the chain CC that ZSM can pump out the Azir ult to disengage. The Zyra, again, necessitates you engaging into her, but she's such a weird champion. You need to engage into Zyra for her to be strong. But you have to do it slowly, because otherwise she can't spawn saplings, and this happens.
Southwind has decided that the Zyra will die. Hong falls, it's Ning to pick up another one. But how's the response from the rest of LGD? Tang Yuan's gone in, but he's almost dead already. Bursted out by Fofo, and he's just chaining the damage down from those soldiers. YCX flashes to the other side of the blast cone and barely limps out to safety. Finds a 2 for 0 here, and ZSM are playing with their food.
In the driver's seat. With the next objective spawning both being around 4 minutes, they are having full agency to just look for an objective trade and take away the feats. With both side lanes right now getting knocked down for plates with these grubs, I think that it's going to be so difficult for LGD to stop the bleed.
They're going in. Tang Yuan has decided that trying to clear that wave was in his best interest. Southwind has decided, in fact, that that was not the case. And now it's another pick. Is YCX now in trouble, as it looks like?
They're back at it again.
Trying to take him down. Is there enough damage in the tank? The Xin Zhao Sundered Sky finds another.
I can't wait if we get to a game 3, because we just get to see Ning and YCX picking champions just to kill each other.
Tainted by the fact that there are very clear network issues going on in the LGD house, but you have to give credit to ZSM for their ability to, at the very least, pilot their composition and take a look at how they're going to look at closing this one out. Hopefully, we can get to see them work towards that soul and the Drake spawning in 2.5 minutes. We've not really got a neutral objective in the foreseeable future. What we do have is Arla wailing away on these side lanes with that Trinity Force already picked up. He's going to take this turret down with very little difficulty and make it look quite simple.
And with Feats of Warfare secured, I do think that is going to be incredibly bad, mainly because Camille can now build into the up... Oh, God.
Okay, another attempted pick, and it's actually evaded this time as Duncan does manage to walk his way out.
That was a bit narrow, a bit too close for comfort as the Southwind CC chain is broken free by the Yone combo. And what I was trying to talk about there was once you get the upgraded MR shoes, if that is what Arla goes towards, the Udyr trade pattern basically does 0 damage to you from that point onwards. Because you just keep getting shields over and over again. It negates everything as now we get the final play coming out from ZSM on the spot tower.
And YCX falls nice and quickly. Fortunately for ZSM, they have been able to push that gold lead. And now with a Kraken Slayer on one side, a potential Sundered Sky on the other, and I can see in the player cams as well, Southwind is going to pet his pet of some choice. They're feeling pretty good about the way that this game is going, and now actually maybe they're experiencing some internet problems.
I think that's everything coming to a stop.
They FF'd. Okay, never mind.
They FF'd?
They FF'd. Full rosters have been
displayed.
Two solo lane mirror matchup. It's Ori Rumble versus Ori Rumble. Okay.
I did mention that Sasa took the aggressive laning runes and really try and leverage that Nimbus cloak to get a health lead. I mean, it's a double flash trade.
We could very well be diving in the bot side. Xiaoya dodges out on the Q initially, but still falls anyway. It's a very worthwhile trade as it's support for AD. Back into the top line now. Hong flashing onto Arla. No flash on the Rumble. Gets caught by a harpoon. Gets caught by another auto attack, and Hong takes another.
Wow, it's level 6 yet though. And that is one of the scariest engage tools. Without flash, the Nico can get pushed away, but as soon as she tags over to it, it's intimidating.
Oh, Chain of Corruption lands, though, and Southwind might not even be getting a chance to participate in any fights as they fall very quickly. Ning forced to use on conclusion.
And an added benefit as well, picking up the 3rd kill means that part of the Feats of Warfare goes over to LGD's pocket. And I wouldn't say LUX is having a great time topside against Tang Yuan's Orianna. Not exactly a favourable matchup. Some shockwave action on whoever is locked up. So overall, ZSM got the priority, but scary to do.
Fortunately, Melvin, your words were received, and once again you've continued to make waves in China as Southwind hits level 6, knocks up YCX even, and takes him down in one fell swoop.
He's leveraging the Xin Zhao engage. It is on a ward, scrying that one out, but Hung not wanting to get away with this without a bit of a contest. It is double lethality and an Orianna over the wall. This is a really hard dragon to take, and it looks like ZSM just forfeits it.
TY for the leash. Hung comes in, finds a quick pickup on a dragon that had been pre-baked almost. Neither one of the two particularly proficient at either. We'll see, though, with no neutrals up for the next 2 minutes or so, could very well be a bit of a quiet state or give a little bit of time for LGD to get a little bit crazy as YCX hops over the wall, takes down Southwind, and it's another time this Nico's caught out 0, 3, and 2.
Okay. Going for the snap engage over the wall is going to result in losing not just the mid tower, but also the feats. Going over to LGD, this is going to impact as soon as checks inventory. Anybody except for top lane buys a tier 2 shoe.
Yeah, and we will get to see whether or not these boots end up being really that important. And now mid lane caught out by a Tangle Barb. Here comes the flash to follow, and Xiaoya with nowhere to go. Flash is on top of his slow, and a Void Seeker from downtown takes down the Varus.
Really good chase down, and getting more gold into LWX is essential. We need to see that as Southwind getting chunked down by Hung here.
That was a little bit more than a chunk as he got pretty much one-tapped there. Double equalizers, double burns, and now Ning not quite able to fall as Arla finds the shutdown.
Incredible that they have identical CS as well. It makes looking at the HUD really trippy, I will say.
Yeah, it's not easy, and this is just the beginning, I feel, of our potential blind pick matchups. Now, we do get to see a trade coming through, or at least an attempted trade, as it is LGD who handily take control over the bot side and take that dragon. ZSM trying to take down this Herald. It is sniped out by Ning, and now LGD are going searching. Tang Yuan flashes in. It's a trade of shockwaves, and unfortunately for Tang Yuan, he definitely comes out on the rough end of that. But in the mid lane, LWX is caught. He's burst in an instant. No flash, no dodging that chain of corruption. And this is a second turret now that is falling in the mid lane.
This lethality Jace is just so scary.
Across the rift. So eyes really on Arla to see if he can make the difference in these team fights. Alternatively, can Sasa have a big impact as YCX finds 3, Shockwave connects onto 2, and there's an equalizer over the top. Thus far, a 1-for-1. Both supports are dead. Arla flashes out a piercing arrow, but Sasa decides that he's going to follow him through. Electro Harpoon connects. Ning now a little bit low. LWX getting caught out by some poke as well. And Tang Yuan limping forward, walking his way into danger as LWX just barely limps out to safety.
We get a bloodbath, we get flashes blown, we get teleports blown, and I think that that is going to be the biggest thing. Regardless of the kills, regardless of where the gold went, into a cheeky angle, look for the Nico ultimate, does have flash up essentially, and tear up the Varus, tear up the Orianna, and the Jace really before they get a chance to play. Tang Yuan is lurking in a bush right now.
Yeah, calls the shockwave there, actually, to just a 1 versus 1. He might just kill Arla outright, though. Using that shockwave very well. Arla, once again, dying with his ulti available. Doesn't contribute to the 1v1. Doesn't contribute to the wider scale team fight. And LGD find 2 for the price of 1.
Absolute battle on 2 fronts there. Ning was looking at his bot lane, going to help, and then gets jumped on by who else but YCX and co. Absolutely bursted out before this Atacon, and it will be a trade. LWX trying to pick up some gold, but we have Sasa coming to stop it being a second tower mid. And now, with the dragon spawning in just a few seconds, I have to imagine that this is going into LGD's favor as well.
Just my side or not, but TP comes back in, and it looks like ZSM, they might want to contribute a little bit more to this fight. That's a weird pathing for a cannon minion, but once again, YCX! 4-man Magnet Storm, the equalizer over the top, and Sasa just ripping them to shreds. Another one on the list for this support. YCX will fall, but LWX falls with him. And now Hong decides, does he want to take a fight with Ning? Absolutely not. He'll take the Raptors instead.
Nobody suspects the second shockwave and second equalizer combo, as it is going to be Hung chasing down his opposite number, bullying them down, solo laner in the pocket, and in the meantime, well, take a look, they're collecting the 3rd dragon. I think that was really the call from ZSM saying, if we don't fight now, then when?
But there haven't been any big hard-hitting shockwaves. There hasn't really been any ball delivery systems, and there hasn't really been an equalizer that's looked threatening to Xiaoya.
Did have to burn Arla's equalizer onto the top wave to not lose that tier 2 tower. It is one of the only 2 turrets they have left that is not a base tower right now, while their only points to be able to walk up and contest a Baron threat in the next minute from LGD. It is really important for ZSM to keep this tower alive and just give themselves a little bit of breathing room, get their jungler a little bit closer to the Baron. But how do you do it when you can't even stand there?
Flash away from the chain of corruption. Arla, Southwind looks for it, finds 1, but YCX finds 3!
Beautiful.
The shockwave combo comes through, and ZSM fall like a hot knife through butter. They are slaughtered. 4 for 1 there, as yes, 1 will fall, and LWX goes down after. A ace for 2.
The internet may have been down for LGD, but in the 3rd game, it is all a magnet storm tearing apart ZSM. No way to stand forward against this Rel. YCX having an absolute clapping of a game over his opposite numbers. Southwood picking up 1, 2, losing that top tier 2, and having no actual angle in. I think it is all but done and dusted for LGD this game.
Yeah, they should be able to take this one home. They are
going so aggressive. They do end up falling to LWX, but now we jump back into live as a Rumble is dead. Arla is down.
Arla's down. Southwind's going to follow. I don't think that the equalizer was needed, but taking Ning out as well will certainly make this job nice and easy. ZSM on the last legs for this series. Just the 2 members trying to group up on the spot side. YCX, Hex Flash ready. He's going to try and take another one over this wall. And you can see Fofo takes a good amount of poke, decides, nope, I'm backing off. Oh, Hong flashes over the wall, lands a shock blast, flash out from LWX, who decides to recommit, has to try and make some sort of a play, but now he doesn't have flash for the second Q, and Hong goes to the skies and takes out the Kai'Sa.
That is a 4-level lead on the Jace over the Kai'Sa. It was certainly an effort from LWX, but at this point in the game, it is such an incredible
double
stat
shockwave
checking.
under the Nexus turrets and a chain of corruption to find 2. This is the victory dance for LGD. They take down 4 members in the base. Why not make it 5, and we'll have some Nexus turrets to boot. Fofo may live, but LGD start their Demacia Cup strong.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.